This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga, dudes and dudettes. This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Collective, Mezco Direct Exclusive, Batman Beyond. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard Mezco box, with a Batman Beyond logo at the center, and the Mezco Direct Exclusive emblem on the top right. Turning the box around, we can see some great artwork inspired by the Batman Beyond animated series. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Batman out of the box. And man, another really cool and fun piece from Mezco. I absolutely freaking love this toy. He is incredibly well done, and I am so stoked to add him to the collection. That's not to say that he doesn't have a few minor problems, like hindrances in the articulation, and there are a couple things that I would have done differently. But those things aside, he is just one kick-ass action figure, and I cannot wait to check him out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Batman Beyond does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts, 2 thruster effect pieces, 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, and 3 batarangs. And lastly, he also comes with this set of wings and a circular base stand with the Batman Beyond logo printed atop. He also comes with a clear articulated arm that articulates at 4 points with the clip. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at the Mezco Direct Batman Beyond. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Batman Beyond. Now this is one I'm really happy to get because I absolutely love Batman Beyond. I love the cartoon. I know not everyone is a fan of this particular character, but man, I freaking love him, and Mezco has done an amazing job. Now that's not to say this figure doesn't have its flaws, and it does, but I can easily overlook a lot of those flaws just because how dope this figure really is. So let's take a look. So the figure itself just looks amazing. I love the detail that they put in here, because what they could have done really is just put a plain black suit and keep it fairly simple, because the Beyond design is a fairly simple looking design, but they added all this like tech into the material and whatnot. I just think it looks very cool. Just lots of cool stuff in there. Looking at the stuff like the waist right there, all that cool detail all around the arms and around the biceps. All that extra detail just looks fantastic and really adds to the overall look of the figure and gives him a better aesthetic, in my opinion. I think it looks really cool all around the legs and whatnot. Just looks so good. Lots of great detailing in those gloves. I love how polished those look. You want to be very careful with these. I kind of feel like those could possibly break at some point. They do seem pretty brittle. So just be very careful when playing around with this. The boots look awesome. I love how it's more like a flat black. And you can even see kind of in between the sectioning right there, some more like tech, like a sculpting and whatnot. I think it looks very cool. Then toward the front right here, you get more of a polished looking black, which just looks really good. Nice tread on the feet. I love the red used here with a little belt right in the center. Just really nice metallic red. Just looks good, man. I think they just kick so much butt with this. That bat symbol right there across the center is very impressive. That nice polished metallic red bat logo just stands out. I love it so much. That is such a cool design. Even with the head sculpt, they added all this tech lining and whatnot to really give it a different feel and more futuristic, I guess, and whatnot. It looks very cool, man. They did such a good job. I love this so much. So we do get some interchangeable parts. We do get an alternate head. So this is a standard head, just pretty simple and straightforward. We pop that off. It's on your standard ball peg. And we put this one on right here. And then you have the more angry head with the gritting like teeth and whatnot showing. I think it looks pretty awesome. I love that look quite a bit. So take that off and we'll pop the regular one back on. We do get different hands and whatnot. We do get these like batarang throwing hands in here. You can see they have a little more of a gripping hand. And these batarangs are awesome. I've always been a big fan of these Beyond batarangs. I think they look so cool, and they did such a good job with them. With a metallic red again, it just looks really cool because I always love how they collapsed and whatnot. And you can kind of just like grip them in there like so, and he holds them pretty well. And those are just on, again, they're just on your standard pegs. We also get these more like clawed hands, which I think are very cool, you know, like that. Even inside the palm of these hands, see if I can get my camera to focus on that, you can see some more tech sculpting in the palm of those hands. That's insane detail. I kind of wish they painted those red, you know what I mean, just to give it that look a little bit better. But I understand that's really small detail they'd have to paint on such a little figure and whatnot. So I don't blame them for not doing that. But still, the fact that they even did that is insane. Just very, very cool, man. I love the way they did that. So again, just on your standard peg, pop that off and pop that back on like there. And there you go. Now you got that more clawed hand. Again, something that Beyond is more well known for with something like that. So very, very cool. We also do get these thruster effect pieces like that. These are for the bottom of his feet. They just peg on just like so, right in the peg holes like that, and they fit in there perfectly to show his thrusting, we know, when he's flying around and whatnot. I think it's very, very cool. Nice translucent orange plastic. Very, very nice. I'm sure we'll get those exact same pieces for the Iron Man figures when those come out. One last accessory we do get is really cool. We have this little backpack right here, and I love how they actually did this with a little backpack. I think it's pretty interesting. This pops right off. It is pretty tight coming off, but it does work pretty well. And then you get his wings. I love these wings. Again, now these feel like somewhat of a brittle plastic, so you want to be very careful when, you know, playing around with this, because I feel like they could break fairly easily, like if he pops off your shelf and whatnot. So this just pegs right in the back, just like so, where that backpack was, and you got a nice good wingspan. Again, more of that tech, just sculpted in there, just looks so good, and bam, now you have a fully loaded Batman Beyond like that, you know, with the wings. I think it looks very cool. That's just such an awesome look. I will say this. Now, this isn't necessarily a flaw, it's more like in my opinion. And in my opinion, I wish they had done the red of these wings the same metallic red that they used for the Bat logo. Because that metallic red is kind of a theme throughout this entire figure, and I kind of wish they had given us that metallic red for the wings. So I don't know, maybe I might customize that. I know how to do the metallic like that cleanly. So that's just something I kind of wish they had done, but it's not a big deal. I think it still looks really, really good. So those are pretty awesome. I like those quite a bit. You know, we also get your standard stand, which again, I've always said are the best stands at this scale. The logo right there just looks really, really cool. That flex arm, because this figure is definitely going to be flying poses and whatnot. So I love that a lot. All right, so let's take a look at the articulation. Actually, let's not take a look at the articulation. I actually want to show something, because how I really want to display this guy is with this guy. You know, I know these are two completely different like story arcs and whatnot, but I kind of feel like, you know, having the old Batman with, you know, Terry McGinnis here just kind of fits. It seems proper, you know what I mean? You know, here's Batman when he's about to retire, all old and pissed off and grizzled, and here comes young Terry, you know, ready to take over the mantle and whatnot. So I kind of thought these two worked out together pretty good, so I'll probably have them displayed side by side. Now, one other thing, actually, I really wish, man, and this is something Mezco needs to step up on, they don't give us enough unmasked heads. This figure would have been benefited amazingly with a Terry McGinnis head, and they didn't give that to us, and they don't do that with a lot of figures. And that's one complaint I will have with Mezco, is they are just slacking in the unmasked heads department, in my opinion. So that's just something else. Not necessarily a complaint, but it's more of like a in my opinion. So now let's take a look at the articulation. So the head and the neck are on a ball joint, rolls around just like so, does turn left and right, looks up fairly far, down pretty much, pivot side to side. Arms can go up about that much. The material does hinder this figure a bit in certain areas, and that's one of them in my opinion. I wish it could go up a little more. Goes down and back. There is a butterfly joint in there that works out very well. Go up and out like so, rotate at the bicep. We got double jointed elbows that bend about that much, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We get a double ball peg in the midsection, so that rolls around just like so, does turn left and right, pivot side to side, crunches forward only that much, back not so much. We got hip joints that kick forward that much, back not so much, only do the splits about that far. I feel like the material right here in the crotch area is holding that back a bit, so again, hinders it a bit, but it's nothing too terrible, but I do wish it got a little more leg motion. We got rotation in the upper thigh, we got double jointed knees, we got rotation at the ankle as well as going up and down, and a decent ankle rocker. So they're getting better with their ankle rocker, so I do appreciate that. So overall, I really think this is an incredibly awesome figure. I love him so much. I know he sold out fairly quickly online and at San Diego Comic-Con and whatnot, and you can get him fairly cheap, I think, in my opinion. So he's not crazy expensive, but if you were a giant Beyond fan like I am and love Batman and love this design, I think Mezco did an amazing job. And in my opinion, this is easily the best Batman Beyond figure that we've ever received. So if you can snag him up, I highly recommend him because he is definitely a must-get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Beyond comparison, here he is standing next to a couple other Batman Beyond figures in my collection. And for your Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to two other Batman figures from the Mezco 112 line. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Mezco Direct exclusive Batman Beyond. Now overall, I really do, this is one freaking cool toy. It does have a couple of problems that I wish could have been different, but other than that, he is almost perfect. I absolutely love the way they designed his suit, the batarangs, that chest logo, the wings, all the sculpting is amazing. He is one gorgeous action figure, and I think he will look great in any of your collections. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.